Contrary to popular belief and or rumors spreading across the internet, I am still alive.
Holy shit, you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm here. Better late than never, though.
Yeah. And you decided to show up on the best day of the week.
Yeah, come in on the good day, the Wednesday TV lineup, midweek wrap-up.
I see how it is. You make me do all the work for indie news. You don't have to suffer through Raw. Yeah. You missed that on a pretty good Tuesday Night Live, and you just show up for NXT and Lucha Underground.
Well, you know, I was indisposed this past Sunday when we shot indie news. This upcoming indie news, I should be able to reappear.
And he'll have to do all the work this time.
Yeah,
but it is the midweek wrap-up.
Talk about NXT, Lucha Underground.
Hell yeah. We're opening up with NXT, where we open up with Adam Cole, baby, defeating Danny Burch. We had a little altercation between Shayna Baszler and Candice LeRae. We also had another little bit of a promo backstage between Dakota Kai and Lacey Evans, and they're now going to have a match next week. And then to finish off the ladies' action, we had Kairi Sane defeat Vanessa Bourne with a brand new submission called the Anchor. And this has all led to a
four-way number one
contenders match to see who's going to face Shayna Baszler. Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae, Bianca Belair. Winner gets an NXT Women's title shot.
I bet it's gonna be Candice.
I'm all for it. I really would be okay with anybody. I think I'd be less excited for Belair, but they're pushing her. So then we were supposed to have Aleister Black live discussing his title match in 2 weeks against Tommaso Ciampa, but he was in a slight interview. Someone was asking him questions about Ciampa, which was interrupted by Johnny Gargano, who adamantly told Aleister Black that Tommaso Ciampa cannot be NXT champion. And Aleister's like, don't worry, I'm not going to let that happen. He goes, no, you don't get it. He cannot be NXT champion. Aleister's like, let me do this. And he walked in, and as soon as he walked in, he was attacked and left laying by Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, it makes me a little worried.
Yeah.
And, the end result, I'll be okay with. The part that gets me worried is the fact that I don't want Aleister Black to become a victim of this.
Victim of the Johnny Ciampa thing?
Yes. In the way that I think maybe they're leaning towards the only way that they can add more stake to the way this feud feels is if they bring the NXT Championship into it.
Yeah, I had an original thought.
And I'd say I don't want Aleister Black's reign to end just to bump up this feud when he's not going to be involved in it at all. So that's my what I'm worried about. I'm not saying that I'm 100%
against
thinking it's going to happen either. Yeah. I'm not dead set this for sure is going to happen, but it's got me worried specifically with I wasn't until specifically Gargano came up to him and was pleading with him that now they're going to have Ciampa beat Aleister Black and bring the belt involved. And, of course, end result, Johnny would be the superhero to come in, save the day, take the belt away from Ciampa.
Well,
but,
Johnny's not exactly in superhero mode right now. He's on another... Did you see his promo after his match with EC3 last week?
No, I didn't.
He, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been... I don't remember. Someone was interviewing him, and I think it was Kathy Kelly. Kathy Kelly was interviewing him and was just asking why did he do what he did to EC3, and he just kept going on and what Ciampa's done and all this stuff, and then he said that Johnny Wrestling is dead and I don't know who I am anymore. So Johnny's gone off the fucking deep end. And then in the main event, Undisputed Era reclaimed the NXT Tag Team titles after Tyler Bate had no other option but to throw in the towel to save Trent Seven from an ongoing assault on an already damaged knee. Yeah. So the Undisputed Era are now two-time NXT Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, it was damaging it so bad that he might have to have that foot amputated.
Yeah.
Famous B style.
Yeah. Speaking of Famous B, Lucha Underground was next. We opened up immediately with, hey, look, Cortez Castro, we haven't seen you in a while. Oh, look, there he goes, being sacrificed to the gods thanks to Matanza. Nice knowing you, Cortez. Then we had Evil East defeat Joey Ryan for another Aztec medallion. The Mac won a triple threat match between himself, Killshot, and Son of Havoc, which Antonio Cueto put an interesting caveat on that the winner and whomever wasn't involved in the pinfall or submission would both be awarded an Aztec medallion apiece. The interesting situation here is that Mac had both Son of Havoc and Killshot down and chose to pin Killshot.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realize why they did it.
It's
specifically...
It's payback for Aztec Warfare.
Yeah, no, I mean, for what Mac did, yeah. But, why... I was like, why is Cueto putting a second medallion involved? Why is he doing this? It's literally only to create tension because...
Oh, yeah.
Now, the teammates have to cherry pick who they're going to pin.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is going to add in tons of tension. So you had, Killshot, almost the entire match was gunning only for Son of Havoc.
Oh, yeah, because he does not want him to be in that spot because he doesn't know where the hell Dante Fox is. So, yeah Killshot's, yeah. It's a very interesting situation. But now both Son of Havoc and the Mac are in possession of Aztec medallions. And in our main event...
Killshot's not too happy about it either.
No. In our main event, Mil Muertes defeated Cage to claim the 6th of 7 Aztec medallions after a little help from an incognito Pentagon Dark, who was posed...
Pentagon Extra Dark.
He was extra dark. He was posed as a fan, had sunglasses, a hoodie, and another lucha mask on top of his lucha mask. He...
Had to be sweating.
Oh, I bet. I'm surprised that his paint was so pristine on his mouth. He... straight up walloped Cage in the head with a chair, allowing Mil Muertes to finish off. There was a whole referee situation. The referees weren't watching. Marty Elias made the very slow 3 count that awarded the Aztec medallion to Mil Muertes. Then Mil Muertes tried to get Katrina to do the oh-so-popular Lick of Death, and she said no. Instead, she gave a pseudo Lick of Death in the direction of Mil Muertes, essentially saying that, she's her own person now. She doesn't have to listen to Mil Muertes. And then following that, Pentagon Dark told Cage not to worry about not winning the Gift of the Gods or an Aztec medallion because next week he will in fact get a shot for the Lucha Underground Championship. And then, in our only cinematic moment of the night, Masquerita Sagrada finally introduced the Rabbit Tribe to the White Rabbit. A man who sat on a wooden throne with another small luchador in a wooden cage. And they've always said that they want to follow the White Rabbit and they want to follow his teachings. And the only way he would allow that is if they killed the man that brought them there. So... his magic staff floated into the hands of Paul London, and Paul London bludgeoned poor Masquerita Sagrada to death, was covered in his blood, and the White Rabbit seemed very impressed by that. And so now, he's going to see if they have what it takes to, or if they can go as far as they say they want to. What a way to end the night.
Yeah, I'm glad that Lucha Underground has a fairly deep roster.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hoping that they're going to be bringing in some more people because the rate people are getting killed off on this show.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Mr. Spectacular last week. This week, Cortez Castro and Masquerita Sagrada.
Famous B's getting his leg amputated.
Yeah, if you're one to believe what people post on Twitter, Jack Evans, hinted prior to the season starting that him and Angelico are very short-lived on this season. So
yeah, Jack Evans has only shown up a couple times with the Worldwide Underground. So, and Angelico has only been mentioned once.
Yeah.
When he didn't show up in Aztec Warfare. All right, so Kevin Hawk, welcome back to the Wrestling Rundown. What did you like about the midweek?
What didn't I like? Well, that's the third question. But
yeah, no,
I will go with I'm gonna go with Candice LeRae slapping Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, taking it to Shayna.
Shayna bully tactics don't quite work.
Not with Candice LeRae. It worked really well with Dakota Kai. Yeah. Not so much with Candice.
Candice knew what to expect. Candice saw what Shayna did with Dakota and is like, I ain't gonna play this bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, look how hardcore she is. She's covered in blood on your shirt.
Candice LeRae is tougher than you.
Yeah, and potentially tougher than Shayna Baszler.
It's possible, but she's got to win a 4-way match first.
Is she tougher than the other 3 opponents? We'll find out next week. But yeah, it was nice to see someone just walk up and slap Shayna in the face.
It's a good thing, though, is that you don't necessarily have to be tougher than all 3 opponents. You just have to be the toughest of the 4.
Right.
You don't have to beat all of them like simultaneously.
Yeah.
You just have to pin one.
Yeah.
You just have to survive, so you have to be the toughest of 4.
Yeah.
What about you?
My like is going to go to the triple threat match. The 2 Aztec medallions on the line from Lucha Underground. I really enjoy the story revolving around the Trios champions. The initial addition of a second Aztec medallion had me a little curious, but then as I realized the tension that it put on the match, and also the story that's kind of happening between Mac and Killshot that's been stemming from Aztec Warfare. Like, Mac is pretty good buddies with Son of Havoc, so he wasn't too upset about Son of Havoc taking Dante's spot. But Killshot going through the war with Dante that he did last season barely trusts the Mac, and so to have Son of Havoc just kind of thrust in there, I really like the story that they've got going on, and it was a really good 3-way. Killshot and Son of Havoc are ridiculously athletic, and for his size, the Mac is ridiculously athletic. And
that standing moonsault's pretty.
Like all 3 of them just had. Mac had this cool like corner thing where he did a cannonball, sort of like a high end cannonball, but then bounced off the ropes backwards and landed on his fucking feet. It was ridiculous. So yeah, my like goes to the triple threat match. What did you love?
I'll go with Undisputed Era versus Moustache Mountain.
I mean, you can't not go with that. That was...
I actually was really torn between this and then I was thinking, the majority of Cage versus Mil Muertes.
Yeah.
Because I love a good Haas fight, especially when these guys... when you have these 2 huge, muscly guys and they're throwing around, head scissors and Hurricane Ranas and shit, just because they can.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to go with the Moustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era. It was a great
intense
match, very intense from the beginning. They were rapid fire almost the whole time. It took them about 10 minutes before they slowed down to a regular tag match.
But you know who didn't slow down? The fucking crowd.
Yeah, no, the crowd is another reason why I'm putting this on the love, because they pretty much nonstop from beginning to end did not stop making noise.
Yeah. And the majority of it, I'd say the first 5 minutes of the match probably was just Undisputed Moustache Mountain. It was ridiculous. It was I was watching this and at times I thought it was just kind of playing in my head, and then I sat there and was like, no, they're still chanting that.
Yeah.
It was insane and so much fun on top of the spectacular match those 4 guys were putting on. I really enjoy the fact that neither Bobby Fish or Adam Cole got involved.
Yeah.
It was a clean victory for Undisputed Era, but just a fucking intense match on all 4 guys' part.
Yeah, the intensity, some of the fun spots.
Oh yeah.
Too like some of those like sequences they put together were very entertaining.
Trent Seven coming in and like on a bum knee fighting off both Roddy and Kyle.
Yeah.
Like it was so good, so much fun.
What about you? What's your love?
I mean, I can't not go with that, but I'll give extra love to Cage and Mil Muertes because like you said, when you get two big dudes in there just beating the hell out of each other, and then Cage is like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw a Hurricane Rana or a head scissors or shooting star press or whatever the fuck he wants because he's Cage and he's a fucking machine. Okay, go for it. Yeah, I'm not complaining at all. And plus the whole thing with the referees was really funny. With Marty ends up getting taken down by a spear, and then Justin Borden comes out and doesn't make the pin, and so Cage just fucking drops him. And then Rick Knox comes out and doesn't make a pin, and he gets the fastest, most vicious chokeslam I've ever seen from Mil Muertes. And so it was just, not only was it a great fight, but there was a lot of good like extra stuff, and then the reveal of Pentagon Dark was extra fun on top. So I'll give that my love. Did you dislike anything?
I did.
Oh shit! What did you dislike?
I've got one, not major, but sort of major.
Okay.
Dislike with this, and it's Moustache Mountain losing the tag team championships.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that their win was pre-recorded by a week before before it aired when they won the championships. So they've been champions a week longer than
they actually were.
Yeah, before they've been champions a week longer than it's been on like the network.
Yeah,
they've been champions. But it was a really short reign.
Yeah.
So to me, it feels like it's one of those things. It's the Tyler Bate situation as UK champion, where it's like, okay, they're like, okay, we're riding high on this, and then something happens, and they pull the brakes back real hard, and they're like, okay, no, maybe let's go with somebody else. Because it seemed like they were, when they first brought in the UK championship, that they were going to ride high on Tyler Bate for the long haul. And then, kind of out of the blue, he lost it to Pete Dunne, and Pete Dunne's been going strong ever since.
Yeah, he's been champion for over a year now.
And this was one of those things where it was like maybe, Moustache Mountain win the championship, and now all of a sudden to me it feels like they did it specifically only to have a feel-good moment in the UK. Like,
yeah, I still,
it's there for the home crowd pop.
I still haven't watched the UK tournament stuff, so I haven't seen that particular match. I'm wondering if maybe just for the idea of maybe Brooklyn 4, they're going to do like a 2 out of 3 falls between the two teams, since now they've each got a win over each other, and they, whether or not Moustache Mountain takes it back. I'm curious what the plan is for both teams at this point, because I mean Bobby Fish is walking around pretty good, so he's got to be getting close to cleared at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things with these contracts that NXT has with these people, like whether or not, maybe there was some sort of contract negotiation that didn't go well, and so they're like, okay, well, we can't have the tag titles on them. I don't know. It's a little weird.
What about you?
I wanted to say I disliked the fact that there weren't as many backstage segments on Lucha Underground, but I think they really made up for the fact of how just fucking bizarre the White Rabbit thing was.
Yeah.
Plus, like, the Rabbit Tribe trying to sit on the tiny little furniture in Masquerita's house thing? The waiting room to the rabbit hole? Whatever the fuck that was.
It's the rabbit hole lobby.
Yeah. It's a little bit like Purgatory. I don't know. I don't think I really disliked anything. Yeah, I think I was more just taken aback that it was like we had like 4 straight matches with no backstage segment for Lucha Underground, and then all of a sudden it was just like a really long one at the end. So I was just a little thrown off. I didn't actually dislike anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's it then.
All right. That's the midweek wrap up. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There's so many social media links.
There's also a podcast link.
That's the link that says SoundCloud,
where you get this review and all of our regular reviews in podcast form. And there is, in fact, a reasonable wrestling fan.
It's reasonable the W.
Like wrestling. Where? There's the list with Kevin Hahn. There's Question of the Week with Thomas Wolfe. There's unboxing videos where you get cool shirts like this, Being the Elite shirt, and all of our micro brawlers. There's also punishment videos and other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you coming up next. We got predictions.
Yeah.
For Extreme Rules. So stay on this channel. Check it out.
I've got some predictions going on in my brain hole.
Good. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you whatever video you decide to watch next. Watch the predictions.
Do it. The predictions video will kill you.
Villian?
Yeah.
Is that how he says it?
No. It's how I say it when I'm running on 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, okay. That's fair. You know what else you should say when you're running on 4 hours of sleep?
Any hours of sleep. You say,
Fuck Modus.